happy Monday. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm leeoralexandra. Welcome to the baby elephant community. Every Monday on this channel, I like to share law of attraction success stories with everybody and hear all about everybody else's manifestation success stories, just to kind of get us all on a great vibration for the rest of the week. Now, this Manifestation Monday is going to be different because we're going to only have one story, and this story is going to be mine. So this success story is very, very special to me because it is the story of how I reached 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 baby elephants, or past it I guess, and got this baby. I'll leave my tearful thank yous till the end. This is just gonna be a really quick story for anybody out there who is trying to start a YouTube channel or a blog or anything you're trying to do, a new business, a new service, a new career, a new job. And you're thinking to yourself, why me? Why am I going to be the one that's going to do this when millions of other people want to do the same exact thing? Or you're thinking to yourself, YouTube is too hard to get into these days, or blogging is too hard to get into these days. Only famous people get Instagram famous, or whatever it is that you want to do. I'm here to tell you that it's not too late. I started this very late. I started this game very late, and in the beginning I had people telling me it's hard to get into the game right now. It's really hard to get into the game. I had people questioning me. I had people saying, you really think you want to do this? You really think that YouTube has a future? And I would tell them, I think YouTube has a future, and I think I have a future within YouTube. It's not too late. There's not too many people doing it. You have something special. You're a unique individual with something to give. All you need is the confidence to really go for it. So this is my opportunity to tell you all right now, everybody who's struggling with their channel or struggling with their startup or whatever it is that you're doing with your art, with your education, whatever it is that you are going after, whatever is your passion. Struggle is a part of the process. Just keep going. We have no plan Bs. In our community, we know that. We have no plan B, only plan A, and we never give up. We never quit. We start a project and we finish it. We don't walk away from anything. Before I get into how I manifested this, I want to tell you guys a cute little story. It's actually a story from Think and Grow Rich. I don't remember the specifics, the name of this guy. He's a very important person, but I really recommend that you read Think and Grow Rich. Basically, the story goes in a really simplified version is back in the gold rush, in the California gold rush, when everybody was striking gold in California in the coal mines. So there's this one person who went out west to make it rich, to find some gold, and he went with his uncle. I think his name was Darby, something Darby, and he and his uncle bought the machine. It was a very expensive machine. He had to borrow a lot of money from friends and family in order to buy this machine, in order to dig out the coal. They get to California and they start digging, and after a while they strike gold. They found a bunch of gold, and it was almost enough to pay back their friends, but not entirely. So they hadn't made a profit yet. Then weeks and weeks and weeks go by, and they're still digging for gold, and it seems as if their well has dried up. At this point, they feel really defeated. They decide to sell the machine that they bought to somebody for like $300, which they bought it for a lot more than that, and they went back home. It took this Darby person years and years and years to pay back his friends and family for the machine that he had bought. Now it turns out that the guy that bought the machine from him back in California brought in an expert to look at the mine where Darby had been mining for gold. The expert figured that Darby had been just 3 feet away from hitting a new little pocket of gold, however, whatever the terms are for that. He was 3 feet away from riches beyond his wildest dreams. So the guy who bought the machine for cheap hit that gold, struck gold, and was a millionaire after that. So Darby heard of this story, and he never lived that down. He took it as a lesson. He learned from that, and he actually ended up becoming one of the biggest life insurance salesmen in America, all because of this one failure. But what I'm trying to tell you is never give up, because you could be 3 feet away from gold. Now on to my story. 3 years ago, I wrote a check to myself. I think I heard about this in a TED Talk, that this woman wanted to make money for being herself, basically, and this was her technique. So I wrote a check for myself. I don't remember the amount of money. I may have just written financial freedom. And in the memo, I wrote for being myself. So I was giving myself this income, this big income, this financial stability and freedom just for being myself. At that point, I didn't know where that was going to come from. I didn't have YouTube on my radar at all. At that point, 3 years ago, I was like, oh, YouTube it's way too hard to get into the game now. I wish I had done it years ago, but it's too hard now. But I wrote that check and I put it away. It's somewhere here in my room. I have boxes of memories all over the place. I'm sure I could find it, and one day I'll post it on my Instagram when I do find it. Fast forward to 3 years later, I am paid to be myself. Everything I do morning to night are things that I adore doing. I get to help people, which is something that's always been very big. It's just been something that comes very naturally to me. I get to be a healer for people, which has also been something that's very natural for me. I've always had a healing energy, and that's why a lot of people always come to me for advice, for counseling, for, comfort. I create content that comes from my soul. It's things that I care about, things that inspire me, things that I would be studying all day long if I had the opportunity, and now I have the opportunity. I get to live, breathe, and eat and just exist within the world of spirituality, law of attraction, and self-improvement. And this is all I've ever wanted. So I get a paycheck now to be myself. So that check was a physical visualization kind of thing, and it worked. And I highly recommend just print out a check for yourself. You just search check from the universe or something on Google Images, and it'll come up. So that was one thing I did. The second thing that I did was once I had started doing YouTube videos and I had a few videos up, I actually took a screenshot of my account, the way that you would see it if you were a new subscriber, and I changed the amount of people on the subscriber list, and I think that I wrote like 113,000, some number like that. And I feel like I resonate with that number, because when I did reach that, when it was 113,000 of us, I was like, oh, it happened. Like, I'm seeing it. It played out before my eyes. So that's another good technique. So you can do this with your blog, you can do this with your Instagram. Just Photoshop the number and have that somewhere where you can see it often. Number 3, I visualized myself for the past year holding this, just like this. I saw myself beaming with pride and with joy and a feeling of success. I felt it. I felt those feelings. I saw myself holding it, and I felt all the feelings that I feel today while holding it. That was just visualization, just holding that image strongly in my mind and feeling so good. And I didn't obsess over it. I wasn't worried so much about, is it gonna happen or is it not gonna happen? I knew that it would happen eventually in perfect timing. And I just focused on that image and those feelings that I feel today. I took on an affirmation. Now the affirmation was, let me get it. The right people that want and need my content can easily find my videos. Because listen, there really are millions and millions of videos here on YouTube and of content on the internet. So yeah, there are people out there who want this content, but the likelihood of them finding me, what's the likelihood of that, right? So I took on this affirmation, and the second that I took this affirmation on, suddenly my videos were picking up in views. Suddenly I had a spike in subscribers. So that affirmation was super powerful, and it really worked. Lastly, which leads me nicely to the ending of this video, was I practiced tons of gratitude. Every time I saw more people commenting, every time I got more followers, more subscribers, more messages, instead of being overwhelmed, I tried to always be so grateful. I see that number come up every day, and I'm just like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. However many times I feel like I need to say thank you, I say thank you, because I'm so grateful for every single one of you. And another visualization that I have is when I see that subscriber count go up, I see that faces. I try to connect faces to these numbers, because it's not just numbers, it's every single one of these numbers is a person. It's a person behind that account, that username, and I just try to kind of feel that connection with that person. So it's a lot of visualization and gratitude, so much gratitude. I just thank the universe and source, everything, you guys, every single day. And I want to take this moment right now to thank you. Thank you for everybody who's been here since the beginning. Thank you for everybody who's subscribed as recently as today. Thank you for everybody who's subscribing after this video. I love you guys. Welcome to the community. Thank you for allowing me to chase my dreams. Thank you for giving me a reason to wake up every morning with a big smile on my face, excited to hop on the computer and start doing some research for a new video or a new blog or a new podcast or a new project. I have so many projects that would have never ever been a success or been able to take off if you guys hadn't been around. For example, my tangled up necklaces right now, the amulet. Thank you everybody who wears them all around the world. Thank you for your support. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. Thank you to each one of you that's here every Manifestation Monday. I love when I start noticing you by name and I know you and I recognize you by name. That's when I'm like, this person has been around. And I think about you guys often, and I just want to, again, just give you my gratitude and just know that I appreciate you every moment of every single day. And there's nothing that I would want to be doing more than this. Thank you to YouTube for sending this. Appreciate it when you show support to your creators. I got a thumbprint on it. No. But yeah, anyways. That's it for my 100,000 plus subscriber video. Thank you guys for tuning in every Monday, every Saturday, and whenever I get a chance to post for every live stream. I hope that this just gets bigger and bigger and that you stay with me until the end. And that there is no end. So that's it. Until my next video. Oh, and this week is going to be a really exciting week to celebrate this, to commemorate this. You guys are gonna get a bunch of surprises this week. You'll see. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good week. So until my next video or until tomorrow's video, you'll see. Keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.